Hey family, Facebook Live, Patricia Plummer here. Welcome to Facebook Live. Thank you for those that have taken the time to listen to the previous video. Please go back and listen to them. There are 3 other videos. And this one today I'm excited about because, when we get to experience things and whatever pain that we get to experience in life, I believe it's not for us, it's for other people as well. And I wanted to wait a few minutes to invite people in, come in. Please share the video, please like. We're going to be doing the YouTube video as well, Instagram. I'm in the process of doing a blog as well, because I really want us to be super conscious about how we're showing up for our family, children, spouse, co-workers, bosses, anywhere we are interacting with people. We need these skills to help us. And so I'm grateful. I'm in gratitude that I get to come in your home. I get to have you there with this journey with me, because we're more alike than we're different. So you can message me. I would love to hear from you. We're in the process of doing our website as well. I have my website up, but just doing some other things so that you can, if you need coaching, we offer that as well. So today, I wanted to talk about 4 markers that help us to understand if your marriage is in trouble, if you have significant relationship, a boyfriend, relationship with your adult children, relationships that are valuable. We don't want these 4 things present in our relationship. And because I was brought up in a home in Guyana, they were all present. And so then what did I do? I tend to attract people that have those markers. And for me, personally, I had to work on these things. I remember when my son was 1 year old, I had this little person in my hand, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do with this little person? Because coming from my frame of reference, I was like, I don't know what to do. So I was desperate to not to pass on to him the negative. Now the positive, I didn't mind that at all. But the negative, I didn't want to recreate for him what was done to me, not consciously, but unconsciously. And so again, there are no judgment for anyone. So I want to invite all people, all religion, from everywhere, because we are more alike than we're different. We are not too much different. Our experiences might be different, our background might be different, but we are more alike than we are different. And so today what I want to talk about, if you have these 4 things present in your life, I would encourage you, I would strongly encourage you to get help, get a therapist, read a good book on it. There are books that, like How We Love from New Life Ministry, the 5 Love Language. You have books like How We Love Our Children. There are tons of resources. I'm not sure for other countries, but I know that we can find a way, because we are very intelligent people. We're innovative and creative. And so I believe that we can make a radical shift if we want a different outcome. Someone says insanity if you want to do the same thing and expect a different result. So I'm just relaxed today. I'm grateful for the weather. It's a beautiful day, and I'm just having fun with this. And so welcome again. The 4 markers, if you have this in your own life, or if your significant other, you see your adult children doing it, or if you're doing these things, I would really encourage you to get help to stop it. Seek help. Find someone that have a good relationship with their children or family and ask them what they're doing. But I know resources can be limited sometimes, but one thing that I want to encourage you to do is to pray and ask God to help you. I had a beautiful lady today I met. She had something she was doing for me. She was doing a facial for me, and she's from Iran. And we started talking, and I realized that we were so much alike than we were different. And she was fascinated about what I was going to share today, because she said, That is why I got a divorce. These four things were present in my marriage, and not only in my husband, but in his entire family. And so I want us to radically disturb and interrupt the cycles that doesn't serve us. These cycles that cause us pain. And you know, when our children grow up, they pick unhealthy people. They pick people that are repeating what we've done or what they are doing, and then the cycle continues. So I know that the basic need of every human being is to be loved and to give love. Now, some of us don't know how to do that. Some of us have not been, we don't know how to connect, how to attach in a safe, connected, healthy way, because no one showed us before. So here are the four markers. The first one is criticism. There's a difference between constructive criticism and criticism. Criticism is the act of expressing disapproval of the people and the persons that we have in our lives, finding faults. Everything that they do is not good enough. You can come in and you could see them doing 99 things right, but you will point out the one thing. And that comes from a perfectionist tendency as well. Some of us come from homes that everything had to be perfect. And if it wasn't perfect, we won't get it done. We would just leave a lot of things undone because it can be done perfect. And so we beat up on ourselves and we're like, unless I can perform well, I'm not going to do it. So, but criticism is making people feel that you're better and they're not. We're constantly criticizing them, critique what they're doing. You know, you shouldn't dress like this. You shouldn't do that. And one thing I wanted to encourage all of us is that because we are created in the image of God, we have all types of likes and dislikes. And so for some of us, you might like red, some might like pink, some might like blue, but we're no different. We need to celebrate each other's differences. The second thing that I want to talk about is defensiveness. Defensiveness is defined as being overly sensitive or reacting very strongly to perceived criticism. So this one have my name on it because I was super defensive. And my children have helped me to say, hey, Mom, when we come to you with a problem, we don't want to hear a defense. We want to hear you take ownership, and we want to hear you say, I'm going to try to fix that. And so I've been in radical change to do that, where I can hear what they're saying to say this needs to change, because if I want them to change, then I want to be an agent of change myself, to model to them what change look like. How do I show up in their lives that they know that I'm not going to be defensive if they bring a matter to me? Because if I'm not working on this, and if you're not working on this, relationships that are significant will be surface. It will be, hi, how are you? I'm fine, you're fine. But they would have a secret life that they won't tell you about. So particularly for moms and dads and people that you want to see your adult children or your teenage children connect with you in a healthy, balanced way so you can share your wisdom with them, they need to see that you are in radical action to become your best self and not making excuses. Because I say this often, I used to, and can still do, dress my excuses with sexy and glitters. You know, it looks good, it feels good. Lisa Nichols said, she said she used to dress her excuses with glitters and sexy. And so I feel that I've done that as well and still can do that. So this is a process that we're taking together, a journey together. My Guyanese friends, this is where I'm from, Guyana, Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaicans, we're so much alike that we're different, and we can tend to come off very bossy, very controlling, very domineering, critical. And you know, I was desperate not to repeat what was done to me, because my mom didn't have the tools that I had. She did her very best as a mom that had to have raise 10 children, and so I applaud her for what she's done. But nevertheless, there was some significant damages in terms of how she showed up. And she apologized. I had some great closure with her. She apologized. And so I honor her memory. And because of my mom, I can stand in my power today and speak my truth to help others around the world. So then the third thing is stonewalling. Stonewall is when when you want to prevent someone from discovering information by not being helpful or by refusing to answer a question. So I remember many times in some significant relationship that I have had, particularly significant relationship like my marriage, where I would discuss a matter that really, really hurt me, and I would get this. This is what I would get. Now I have other things I'm working on, but this is not something that I do. I don't do it with my children. I don't do it with any significant relationship. My staff, you know, running a company, you really have to know how to treat people to get the best out of them, because people are really, really precious and want to do their very best. But if you have somebody that is using constant criticism, defensiveness, and then stonewall, you're going to have people that are shutting down on you, and they're not going to want to be their authentic self around you. And then the other part, the part with the stonewall, is the fourth thing is contempt. You deal with your significant relationship. This is particularly prevalent in marriages and parent and children's relationship, siblings relationship, right? Best friend relationship. You want to watch for these 4 markers. The fourth one is contempt. The feeling that a person or a thing is beneath consideration, worthless, or not deserving, right? Scorn, distaste. You feel a contempt for them, right? One day you love them, one day you hate them. And so these 4 markers in a marriage, criticism, defensiveness, stonewall, and contempt, it's a very, very high chance that that marriage would not survive. And if it survives, you will be going along to get along. You will have a very poor, sad, distasteful marriage or significant relationships if these 4 things are present in your life. So I just wanted to help you to be aware, to catch yourself, and the people that you want to date. If you're single and you want to date and you want to meet people, new people, you come out from a very abusive marriage, you want to watch for these 4 things if they're present. And if you are married and that's what you live with, or that's what you do, get the help that you need. Because here's the reality: our children will become who we are, or they would attract who we are. And there are no escape to that. There are no escape to that. I've been coaching people for 30 years, and I don't tell people to do what I'm not willing to do. If I'm coaching you, then I'm coachable as well. And so I have a therapist that I see, I have a coach that I see, and I pay them money because I'm not willing to stay stuck or to make excuses. And so I want to encourage all of us to be on this journey of being self-aware and self-conscious about how we're showing up in our loved one's life. Are we showing up the way to repair the relationship, or are we doing more damages to the relationship by showing up with these 4 things: contempt, defensiveness, stonewall, and criticizing? I want to close with this. Please share the video. Please like the video. Please invite more people to say it. I know that there are some countries that have suicide rate, a lot of mental illness. I'm very aware of that. But nothing gets fixed by thinking about it, or nothing gets fixed accidentally. We have to be very intentional and very strategic. In closing, if you are raising little people, if you are raising children, whether a day old or whether 10, 11, 6, 3, 18, 20, 21, it doesn't matter. I am pleading with you to get help, take ownership, and not make excuses if these 4 things are present in your life, because it's worth it. The commitment that I made 18 years ago or 32 years ago to say, you know what, I'm not going to make excuses for my own ugliness and the pathology that I brought in from my childhood. I'm not going to make excuses for that, because I don't want to have it repeat in my children. And as you know, some of our best intentions, we still mess up. We still miss the mark. So I am in radical change, radical taking ownership of what I need to change, and let's do it together. God bless you, and I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. See you later.